Here are the top 10 most valuable weeds in the world. While mugwort only ranks fourth, up to 99% of people do not even know the name of the plant in first place. However, at a critical moment, it can actually save lives. Every day, plants grow along the roadside, only to be considered weeds and uprooted. But can you believe it? Among these seemingly ordinary weeds, some are natural medicine cabinets, and others are natural supply stations. Yet they are ignored by 99% of people. Previously used only to feed pigs, some are actually the pinnacle of wild vegetables. One bite and the aroma fills your nose. That is lamb's quarters. Some consider it a lucky clover, not knowing it is a natural nitrogen fertilizer factory. That is clover. There are even those with the appearance of weeds that are highly sought after by cosmetics companies for research, like purslane. They are absolutely not weeds, but incredibly humble treasures, all-around warriors hidden by the roadside. In today's video, let's identify the 10 most valuable weeds in the world. Each one is more precious than the last. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel. The ranking will be revealed right now. 10th place, mint. This is truly an all-around player. Without it, we probably wouldn't have medicated oil to use. Even chewing gum or toothpaste wouldn't exist. Mint extract provides a cooling effect and relieves itching extremely well. Whether it's a skin irritation or mosquito and insect bites, just pick a leaf, crush it, and rub it on the wound. The effect is even faster than floral water or mosquito repellent oil. If you are someone who naturally attracts mosquitoes, getting bitten all over wherever you go, you can also use mint for prevention. Especially planting a pot indoors is equivalent to creating a mosquito-proof protective shield for yourself. Those pesky mosquitoes, ants, or even mice will all be driven away by the strong scent emitted by the mint, returning a peaceful sleep to you. Do you think that's all? As an all-around warrior in the weed world, if mint only had this much capability, how could it deserve to make it to the 10th place in the ranking? It is a typical representative of the medicine food homology group. The entire mint plant can be used as medicine, especially in hot weather. Using mint in a moderate amount can help your body stop feeling hot and irritable, restoring a calm state. Even the discomfort caused by intense heat or wind heat can be effectively alleviated. As the king of cooling that helps keep the mind alert, how exactly should mint be eaten? Besides combining it with other fruits or beverages to make refreshing drinks, the method I recommend most is frying mint leaves with eggs. Just like a normal fried egg dish, you don't need to add too many spices. Just sprinkle a little salt and it's ready to be served. The egg is both fragrant and soft, wrapping around the fresh mint leaves. Take a bite and the rich, savory sweet flavor hits your nose. The refreshing mint aroma lingers around the tip of your tongue and lips. Try it once and you will never forget it. If you feel the weather is sweltering or your mood has been down lately, why not try this dish? It will bring you a completely novel experience. You might not believe this, but the mint you have been seeing all along is actually just a knockoff. The authentic mint plant actually looks like this. Its leaf edges are serrated, the surface has distinct net-like veins, and there is also a layer of fine fuzz. And the most important thing is that real mint leaves are quite soft, not short and stiff like the mint we usually see in restaurant dishes. Instead, they look like a pair of gentle wings, slowly growing symmetrically from both sides of the stem. However, precisely because of this appearance, it is mistaken by many as a useless weed. Although the mint that most people are familiar with is just a knockoff, also known as spearmint. But regardless, people still know the miraculous uses of mint. As for the next weed, this is also a treasure trove. Its value is even much higher than mint, especially for men. Drink it in one gulp and you can climb straight to the 10th floor without any effort. 9th place, plantain. Have you ever seen this type of grass by the roadside? It is plantain, a precious herb in folklore, with effects even more powerful than mint. It can be used to soothe insect bites, can also be boiled for drinking water, and can even be directly prepared into dishes, especially in this season. The outdoor temperature rises, the sweltering, stifling air makes people very prone to internal heat, and those unspeakable private ailments also follow along. At this time, we can use fresh plantain to boil water to drink to quickly soothe those uncomfortable feelings. The method is extremely simple. You just need to prepare some fresh, good quality rice, put it in a pan, and roast until the fragrant aroma of the rice emerges. Then add some julienned ginger and fresh plantain to stir fry together. Wait until the scents blend, then pour it into a sealed jar and store it in the refrigerator. Whenever you want to drink, take some out. Combine it with a few other ingredients like salted plum, red dates, fresh lemon, etc., and steep with boiling water. The rich roasted rice aroma blends with the refreshing taste of plantain. Along with a slight spiciness of ginger lingering on the tip of the tongue, the aftertaste is the salty and sour stimulation of the salted plum, creating extremely rich layers of flavor. It's 10,000 times better than fruit tea from a shop. And more importantly, a drink like this is absolutely not something that chemicals and artificially flavored concoctions can compare to. It is both delicious and brings double the health-boosting effects. Whether you have a headache and dizziness from the heat or feel restless inside due to high pressure, you can treat yourself to a glass. This is a dietary remedy verified by our ancestors over many generations and passed down for its miraculous effects. If you don't like drinking brewed plantain water, you can also pick young plantain leaves around the Qingming festival or early summer. Blanch them in boiling water to remove the bitter and astringent taste. Then make a salad or fry them with eggs, or finely chop them to mix into dumpling filling. That flavor will definitely be much more wonderful than the expensive vegetables you buy at the supermarket. The next weed is even more formidable. Although unlike mint or plantain that can be served on the daily dining table, if you want to grow vegetables in your home garden, you cannot do without its help. Especially experienced gardeners all know that if a piece of land cannot even support this type of grass, then the surrounding residents should move away immediately. Otherwise, who knows when they will have to go meet God. Eighth place, clover. This is a familiar face in urban green belts and is the herbaceous plant most loved by students during their school days. Legend has it that whoever finds the fourth leaf will receive luck and love. That is clover, a type of herbaceous plant with a three-leaflet structure. Actually, clover is an extremely humble plant. Even if misunderstood by everyone, it seems it doesn't even bother to explain, just quietly completing its own job well. Many people do not know that when clover first appeared in our lives, it was absolutely not an ornamental plant for urban greening, but rather the bodyguards sown by farmers along the field borders. Clover is a plant belonging to the legume family. If you pull it out of the ground, you will see on its roots densely packed small round nodules that look like tiny radishes. In fact, those are root nodules containing nitrogen-fixing bacteria, which are also the secret weapons that help clover become a hard-working warrior. Nodule bacteria have an extremely important characteristic, which is directly absorbing nitrogen gas from the air and converting it into the nitrogen fertilizer necessary for the growth of crops. Simply put, these little radishes are absolutely not the fruits of the clover, but are its natural nitrogen fertilizer factories. Furthermore, don't look at the frail appearance of the clover. In reality, behind it lies the extraordinary strength of a hero. Once it takes root in the ground, it will utilize its superpower of rooting from creeping stems to quickly weave a net on the ground, as if laying down a lush green carpet. And this net is the territorial domain of the clover. It not only continuously provides an abundant amount of nitrogen fertilizer for the soil, but also effectively limits the evaporation of soil moisture, preventing the soil from becoming degraded and hardened. Watching up to here, you probably understand now, right? Before organic chemical fertilizers were invented, clover was the farmer's most compatible partner. Wherever it is present, the crops there grow lushly. Its role is no different from the Minister of Agriculture. If you grow vegetables at home but they never thrive, why not try sowing some clover into the soil? It will definitely return to you a bumper harvest beyond expectations. The next weed looks very much like clover, causing many people to mistake it, but its value is also extremely remarkable. In the summer, if you frequently use it to make tea, for the whole season you won't have to worry about getting sick. Seventh place, wood sorrel. The grass in front of you that looks very much like clover is called wood sorrel because its leaves have a mild, refreshing, sour taste. Some people also call it sour lucky clover. Actually, the name of wood sorrel is a homophone borrowed for the meaning of vinegar. If you want to distinguish this grass from clover, it's also very simple. Besides the common trait of having three leaflets, when observing closely, you will notice the leaves of clover usually have white spots, while the wood sorrel plant has a solid, lush green color all over, and its leaves are extremely cute heart shapes. Wood sorrel has many varieties. The ones we usually see the most are pink wood sorrel and yellow wood sorrel. Because they are not picky about soil, even in barren, rocky lands, they can still grow vigorously while effectively improving the soil environment and also significantly narrowing the living space of other harmful weeds. Because of this, many cities choose to plant this species in green medians to save on maintenance costs, plus the fact that it inherently looks very much like clover. So this is the reason why the majority of people often confuse these two types of grass with each other. Besides a few minor differences in appearance, wood sorrel and clover also have one major difference, which is that wood sorrel is edible. Under the roots of wood sorrel, there grow small, short, round, translucent tubers like tiny ginseng roots. After washing them clean, you can make a salad to eat directly. The crisp, refreshing, sour taste is incredibly appetizing. Actually, the wood sorrel plant itself also has very high nutritional value. It is very rich in flavonoid compounds, phenolic acids, as well as vitamin C. Therefore, in some natural skincare cosmetics, people also often add a certain amount of its extract. Oh, right, the oxalic acid compound most familiar to us was originally discovered and extracted from this very wood sorrel plant. And the substance itself is also an excellent natural rust remover. Having seen the top two hardworking faces in the plant world, next let's move on to the plant most loved by women. Just having it not only helps dispel the worry of menstrual cramps, but even supports maintaining youthful beauty forever. Sixth place, purslane. When you see this weed, do you feel very familiar with it? Isn't this the magical herb that when we were stung by bees as kids, Mom would hurriedly pick, crush, and apply to the wound? Actually, this roadside weed that few people pay attention to has the scientific name Portulaca oleracea. I firmly believe that the female viewers watching the screen when hearing this name will feel incredibly surprised. That's right, many gentle skincare products on the market today have added purslane extract. This is an important herb that helps restore and soothe the skin during sensitive periods. It helps promote lipid synthesis in the stratum corneum, enhances the skin's water retention capacity, and simultaneously reduces oxidative damage caused by ultraviolet rays. Especially for those with sensitive or acne-prone skin, when shopping for skincare cosmetics, consultants will often recommend product lines containing purslane extract. However, if you think purslane only knows how to care for outward appearance, then you are completely wrong. From the perspective of traditional medicine, purslane is a precious medicinal plant belonging to the very important medicine food homology group. Whether used to brew tea or prepare dishes, it brings countless good benefits to our bodies. If you are having trouble sleeping, purslane will be your most effective assistant because purslane has an abundant amount of amino acids and vitamins. It contains many minerals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium that help regulate metabolism and neurotransmission, helping you sleep soundly and deeply. How should purslane be used to maximize its best health benefits? Besides the very popular method of brewing tea with honeysuckle, chrysanthemum, and goji berries, the method I am most fond of is steaming it to eat. Wash the purslane thoroughly, cut off the tough stems, then chop into small pieces, use a towel to pat dry, drizzle a little cooking oil and salt, then toss evenly. Then sprinkle flour in multiple small batches to coat a thin layer. Wait until the water boils, then steam for about 10 minutes and it's done. When taking it out, drizzle some minced garlic and chili oil on top. Its taste is so delicious that even if offered meat, you wouldn't want to trade. Even for someone who hates eating wild vegetables the most, trying it once will make them crave a second time. The weed about to be introduced next often appears together with purslane as a perfect pair, and it is a true herbal queen. From root to tip, it is incredibly precious with nutritional value superior to even kale or carrots. Fifth place, dandelion. Mentioning this dandelion weed, you are probably not unfamiliar with it. From hillsides, wild grassy patches by the roadside, sandy beaches, riverbanks, field borders, And even on barren saline alkali lands, you can easily catch sight of them. You might not know, dandelion is actually a relative of the chrysanthemum. Folklore also calls it sky lettuce or yellow flower earth nail. It is a perennial herbaceous plant with extremely remarkable resilience and adaptability to the environment. Dandelion not only has a delicately attractive appearance, but its entire body is also a precious medicine that can be used as a remedy to help clear heat and detoxify. It promotes diuresis and relieves stranguria, which is very good for those with a hot temper. Flaring up at the slightest issue, always feeling a buildup of stifling, hard to dissipate hot pent-up energy in the chest. You can try brewing dandelion tea to drink. In just 1 week, you will feel your mind much more refreshed and relaxed. What's even more wonderful is that dandelion is not at all like those common heat-clearing medicines. Although it has the effect of cooling the blood and eliminating heat toxins, its medicinal properties are extremely mild and gentle. No need to worry about overdosing, causing dull stomach aches, or getting the runs for 3 days straight. The characteristics of dandelion are just like its flying seeds: resilient, tough, yet equally soft and gentle. Besides the ability to tame a hot-tempered lion into an obedient little lamb, dandelion is also a vegetable with incredibly rich nutritional value. The content of vitamins, minerals, polysaccharides, proteins, as well as essential amino acids for the body contained in dandelion is much higher than in Napa cabbage or spinach. Just as the saying goes, the ultimate destination of growing flowers is to end up growing weeds. If you want to decorate your living space with a bit of green, but don't have the free time to tend to it meticulously, choose dandelion right away. When it blooms, it's a beautiful potted plant. When the flowers fade, use it as a cooling tea. This feeling of harvesting is truly more fulfilling and practical than growing other ornamental flowers. After going over our herbal queen, next let's admire the king of all weeds. Mentioning this name, its capability and stature have been elevated to a completely new level. This is a weed with an extremely profound influence. Not only is it edible and usable, but it has also become an important cultural symbol of the Dragon Boat Festival. Fourth place, mugwort. There is an old folk saying, if you keep 3-year-old mugwort in the house, the doctor doesn't need to come visit. In ancient medical books, mugwort always occupies an extremely revered position, even being praised by people as a divine healing herb. However, it seems many people only remember the mugwort growing wildly and lushly by the roadside during every Dragon Boat Festival, taking the young mugwort shoots and washing them clean, blanching them in boiling water, then pressing for the juice, kneading it with glutinous rice flour, and wrapping the sweet, nutty red bean filling or the savory, rich salted egg yolk and pork floss filling. Thus, each pure, fragrant, and chewy Qingtuan dumpling is completed. The chewiness of the glutinous rice blends perfectly with the elegant, characteristic flavor of mugwort, creating the most unique culinary memory of the Dragon Boat Festival. Besides the familiar lai, water zongzi, and meat zongzi, apart from making Qingtuan, mugwort can also be boiled with eggs or used to stew soup. Legend has it that eating this dish will help completely eliminate the cold energy accumulated from last winter out of the body in the summer, while also nourishing the spleen and stomach. Warming the stomach helps the body become more resilient and healthier. Not only that, dried mugwort boiled in water for foot soaks is extremely suitable for women who frequently suffer from cold hands and feet. You definitely must try it. If you want deeper, better effects, you can roll it into moxa sticks for moxibustion therapy. However, if there are young children in the house, you should pay attention to safe burning methods. And if you are really too lazy to prepare elaborately, you just need to hang a bundle of mugwort directly in the house. Mosquitoes and insects will immediately not dare to come near. The mosquito repelling effect is even far superior to burning chemical mosquito coils. Some people also pass around the word that the rich fragrance of mugwort can kill bacteria and disinfect the air. Hanging mugwort in the house also has a better purifying effect than spraying disinfectant alcohol. How about it? Following up to here, do you feel eager to try planting it right away? Take action quickly now. Just delay for a few days and this rustic, ordinary weed will be completely harvested by others scrambling for it. Watching up to here, is your heart filled with surprise and astonishment that these weeds actually possess so many miraculous functions? For a long time, thinking they were worthless weeds and uprooting and throwing them away. It is truly a pity, but please don't be quick to regret, because the next top three weeds, these are the real premium ones. If you have previously uprooted them like trash, then that is what you call endless regret. Third place, shepherd's purse. Our folklore has a saying, flowers don't stay red for 1,000 days, but in everyone's heart, there is a favorite vegetable. Vegetables grown in the garden can never be as delicious as wild vegetables growing in the fields. If one must choose the most successfully life-changing wild vegetable, but also the one with the most arduous fate, it definitely has to be shepherd's purse. Because when mentioning shepherd's purse dumplings, who could possibly resist? Shepherd's purse is honored as the #1 delicacy of spring, not only bringing a sweet, refreshing flavor that is incredibly appetizing, but its nutritional value even far exceeds that of countless other common vegetables. Shepherd's purse is very rich in beta-carotene, various types of vitamins, abundant plant dietary fiber, potassium, calcium, iron, zinc, along with many other beneficial nutrients. For ordinary people, enjoying shepherd's purse is to fully taste the fresh, tender flavor of early spring. But for those who focus on dietary therapy and health nourishment, this is not purely a roadside wild vegetable dish, but an excellent health protection assistant. Modern people, busy with work and study, often have to constantly glue their eyes to computer screens, causing their eyes to be sore, dry, and suffer from declining vision. Daily, you can add shepherd's purse to your diet to bring about extremely positive dietary therapy effects. In addition, the abundant amount of organic acids in shepherd's purse also helps stimulate bowel movements to function effectively, keeping your digestive system and bodily functions always in the most stable state. Reaching this point, have you started craving the fragrant taste of shepherd's purse dumplings already? Don't rush, because the next weed brings a refreshing, sweet, and fragrant flavor even richer than shepherd's purse, worthy of being the uncrowned king of wild vegetables. Second place, lamb's quarters. Even many people are not as refined as a pig, because pigs all know how delicious lamb's quarters is, while we despise and throw it away like trash. In the eyes of farmers, lamb's quarters is a stubborn weed, specializing in sucking nutrients from sown crops. However, if looked at from the perspective of healthcare and dietary nourishment, lamb's quarters is a premium item abundant in nutrients, far superior to countless other everyday cultivated vegetables. Furthermore, most wild vegetables when eaten have more or less a slight bitter or astringent taste, but lamb's quarters has absolutely no strange or unpleasant taste. So even the pickiest eater can easily love its taste. Besides, don't look at the dusty, smudged appearance of lamb's quarters growing quietly by the roadside, looking like a naive little boy who hasn't experienced the world. In reality, inside it possesses an extremely rich treasure trove of nutrients, including an incredibly abundant amount of iron and phosphorus, overflowing with beta-carotene along with essential B vitamins. Especially its calcium content always ranks at the top in the green vegetable world. This is not just simply a common wild vegetable dish. This is clearly a completely free multivitamin jar forgotten by the roadside. Promise me, next spring if you happen to come across wild lamb's quarters, by all means, do not consider it an annoying eyesore weed anymore, because its nutritional value is even better than shepherd's purse, and its taste is more delicious and richer than chives. But if we discuss wild vegetable cuisine, the true ruler of the throne is actually the #1 spot right up next. Coat it in flour and steam it until just cooked. Take a bite and the intoxicating aroma spreads. Even if offered a full plate of meat, you wouldn't care to trade. First place, Silene conoidea is the name that always tops the list of wild vegetable dishes that must be enjoyed in the spring. The throne of Silene conoidea has never been shaken. Have you seen its leaves? They are both slender and long, looking like soft strands of noodles, don't they? That is why people also affectionately call it noodle vegetable, a grass that often grows creeping in wheat fields, with long, slender, thin leaves like noodles and fruits shaped like tiny ceramic vases. Silene conoidea is an annual herbaceous plant. It is incredibly resilient, not picky about soil. Even in barren, rugged rock crevices, it can stretch itself to grow, and it is the nostalgic bright moon in the hearts of countless generations who love wild vegetables. The youth today probably do not know that for the generation of our forefathers who experienced the bitter poverty of famine seasons, this is not simply an unknown weed but the life-saving food source for countless families. Comparing it to pure fresh noodles bestowed by heaven and earth is indeed not wrong at all. The taste of Silene conoidea is extremely light and mild, without the bitter or astringent taste of other weeds. After washing it clean, sprinkle a little flour and steam until just cooked, and you have a delicious, extremely nutritious, and healthy dish. Although it is just a wild-growing weed, the plant dietary fiber content contained in Silene conoidea ranks at the top in the herb world, even surpassing countless other common green, leafy vegetables. Modern people today often have the habit of eating overly refined, greasy foods, coupled with a sedentary lifestyle, sitting in one place for many hours. Over time, this will lead to bloating and indigestion, and more seriously, it causes great harm to the body compared to having to abuse laxatives. I advise you to supplement fiber-rich foods. After all, solving the root cause of the disease always brings the best results, and Silene conoidea is the perfect choice for you. Just persistently eat it once a day, continuously for a week, and you will not need to resort to supportive enema medications anymore. Your complexion will also become rosy with abundant vitality and blood flow, and your body will become increasingly resilient and healthy. If you are someone passionate about working out to keep fit, then this is also a great suggestion because the abundant amount of fiber in Silene conoidea helps prolong the feeling of fullness, while also supporting blood sugar stabilization. For those who need to control their sugar intake and reduce fat, it is truly a perfect companion. Not stopping there, Silene conoidea is also rich in iron, which is useful for people with anemic conditions, especially women who have just gone through their menstrual cycle. Supplementing Silene conoidea in an adequate amount will help accelerate the process of effectively nourishing vitality and blood. At the same time, the calcium content contained in Silene conoidea is also incredibly impressive. While its oxalic acid content is much lower compared to lamb's quarters, purslane, or spinach. Thanks to this, the nutrients in Silene conoidea are easily fully absorbed by the body. This is a perfect natural culinary gift for both the elderly and young children. You see, in this world, there are inherently no useless weeds, only treasures placed in the wrong spot. These seemingly ordinary roadside weeds may seem insentient, but their value is extremely immense. Among the 10 weeds above, which one do you find the most useful? Please leave your opinion in the comments section below. If this story changed the way you look at the weeds in your garden, please subscribe to our channel. We are excavating the history they tried to bury. Plant the future. The next treasure will open soon. Please hit like and share the video.